If you know a first-time buyer, now is the time to tag them, because this is the 6 most expensive mistakes every Fife first-time buyer should avoid. So, embarking on your journey of buying your first Fife home can actually be quite daunting, but it doesn't have to be filled with costly mistakes. With proper planning and a few precautions, you can avoid the common pitfalls many first-time buyers actually encounter. Here's six mistakes to watch out for and adhere, and how to steer clear of them. So the first one for me is neglect to obtain an agreement in principle. Before you dive headfirst into buying your first Fife house, take a moment to assess your mortgage options. Obtain that actual agreement in principle first from a mortgage provider, also known as a decision in principle or a mortgage promise. This certificate showcases the amount you're likely to borrow, offering a realistic idea of your actual budget. Not securing one could actually lead you to disappointment. If you actually find your dream home and you can't secure the necessary loan, if you then, and effectively, if you then make an offer that's accepted, then you try and go for this loan and you get knocked back on it, you'll create a track record with estate agents potentially that you're not a person of your word. And that could cause a problem later on if you're up against someone else for another property. So we're more than happy. Our team of experts can actually guide you through and help you secure an agreement in principle, and our preferred partners that we actually have. So you can contact us direct for that. Anyway, next one for me, the second one, is underestimating the time it takes to actually get the mortgage. Be aware that there isn't a fixed time frame for actually getting a mortgage approval. Whilst most applications are processed within 18 to 40 days, 18 to 40 days. So that's more or less a half a month to almost 1.5 months. Delays can actually occur. So start your mortgage application as early as possible to avoid a rush into an offer for a home. Choosing the wrong Fife solicitor is a no-no here. The difference between a good and a bad solicitor could be the difference between moving your home within a 14-week period instead of a 23-week period. Ask us and we'll tell you who is the best solicitors in Fife to use. We've been doing this for years. We partner up with preferred partners because we understand and know they are very, very affordable, plus the fact their service level is second to none. Next one for me, the fourth one, is clearly failing to research the area in Fife you're actually looking at. Before you actually start viewing, define your priorities for the area you actually wish to live in. Consider the factors such as transportation links, green spaces, primary schools, and amenities. Understanding your needs will streamline your selection process. If possible, spend time in unfamiliar areas you're interested in to get a sense of the atmosphere and assess the transportation links. If you're staying there for quite a while as well and you're intending to have a family there, that's why it's important to research the nurseries and the schools round about and the support mechanisms that are in place in order to help you, especially if eventually you're returning back to work. Number 5 for me is purchasing a non-standard property. Watch out for this. Certain property types may be complicated for getting a mortgage. Lenders may hesitate to approve loans on flats above shops, for example, in areas of high density renting or commercial premises, due to potential issues like noise, smells, and security concerns beyond the owner's control. New build homes may also have stricter lending criteria. I mean, that's a surprise, but it sometimes does. If you're considering a non-standard property, gather as much information as possible and seek expert mortgage advice and strengthen your application. There is often as well, if it's non-standard, there is a possible route for getting funding, and it's through bridging. If you're unsure about your eligibility of a specific Fife property, our team's more than happy to help you through these valuable insights and help you navigate the complexities of the mortgage approval process. Probably the final one I have to think about here, and I would mention as you have to think about as a first-time buyer, is while it's tempting to make an offer on the first seemingly perfect Fife home, rushing in blindly can result in costly renovations, or it could result in costly renovations and long-term expenses. Remember, you don't know what you don't know, and it's our job to tell you what you don't know. So prepare a list of questions to ask during viewings. Test windows, doors, lights, and water pressure. That is a classic. Test the water pressure in the shower. A lot of people miss that. And then when they get into the property, the shower's not as good and as invigorating as it actually seems. So don't be afraid as well to look behind furniture for any hidden defects. Possibly damp on the walls, condensation. It's causing that, potentially. We would know if that's the case, so it's easy to ask us what you've seen and then ask us what it means. Inquire about the sellers, their tenure at the property, and their motivation for actually moving. Knowing how long the property has been in the market can also be advantageous, as sellers might be actually more open to accepting lower offers for a quick sale, for example, because it might fit into their criteria, because they've maybe offered on a property already and they need to sell in order to get this next property. And now their deadline is actually coming closer. For that person, we have the advice on how to do that without putting yourself under pressure. But that's another blog and vlog and another story. If you need guidance on the questions to ask during property viewings, then our experienced estate agents like myself and Perry and Susan and all the team as well are there to help and provide you with that necessary support. This is all about helping you manage life as it happens, not necessarily just buying a house, because it's a customer for life for us on your journey throughout. Remember, buying your first Fife home doesn't have to be overwhelming. Avoiding these common mistakes and reach out to us if you have any concerns. We're here to assist, help you through this process, ensure a smoothly and successful journey into your home ownership. Until next time, guys, I'm Jim Parker for Fife Property.